Good morning, folks. I greet you. Welcome to another date of challenging broadcasting from here, and I dare say a rewarding day of listening for you over there. It's a Saturday, as you already know now. It's also the 25th day of the 10th month of the year 2025. Welcome. I'm Citizen Jones Hussein, and of course, we have two offerings. I have two offerings for you. The first will be the newspaper headliners. And I'm not alone. My colleague, the inelastic Charles Ideho, is here. Charles, good morning to you.
Good morning, and it's always a privilege to sit beside you to do this business. It's a privilege actually, and I do suppose we're going to have fun today.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Begins now.
Yeah, it begins now. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Charles, the first paper on call is The Punch.
Yes.
Interesting headline story. Why I rejected idea to make El Rufai my successor, Obasanjo.
Obasanjo, this is not a letter. You know, he want to write letters and all that, and it was Chijoka.
Is one of two country heads with a lot of ink in the pen.
Exactly.
The other being the late Chief Dr. Azikiwe.
Azikiwe, exactly. But there was an event.
Except that Zeke was not notorious for writing letters.
No, he was only. I think he was more poetic and all that. Than
him. And besides, he was a journalist.
A journalist too. West African parallels that were told in history. Yeah. I think there was an event where he attended, and then you have Chidoka or Sita Chidoka was there.
Former
FRS, yeah. So he
was minister.
Yes, they were, just recounting history and all that. Then he stood up to say, hey, be like that, because Chidoka was talking about Rufai as a very good servant, and he was saying that when one of us was going to leave office, he introduced Rufai as Obasanjo's possible successor. So Obasanjo said, no, you brought him, and I told you I didn't want him because Rufai was not mature enough. Even though he served as VP, DG, and later as Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, but he had no maturity.
He was an effective, even though querulous, he was an effective FCT minister.
Yeah, on that job, yeah, but he said he was not mature enough to be handed the affairs of Nigeria. Exactly. So that's what he said. The Chidoka answer is true. I forgot that aspect of it. And so that's why. But he said later, when he now became governor of Kaduna State, Chidoka and Obasanjo had to talk again. Said, didn't I tell you that the way the man was running the state, he was not mature enough to run the country? That's the story.
But this is not to put him down.
No. I mean, they laughed over it and all that. They laughed over it. They were just reminiscing, and it was like a nostalgia. I said, okay, maybe if he had been a president. He said, but the way he ran Kaduna State, you think he was mature enough to run a whole Nigeria like that? No. So they laughed over it, and that's it, yes.
Okay, here this one, happy one. Adebutu Kessington broadcast peace as Oni and Alafin end feud. Kessington was 91.
Yes, we discussed
as father figure.
Yeah, we discussed him yesterday on television, and so that's Baba Jebu.
Yeah, Baba Jebu.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, I am happy that he has used his goodwill, his magnanimity, as they call it, and wisdom to actually bring truth to this warring kingdom, in the manner of speaking. But while it lasted, I suppose that their aides, particularly the media aides, were those who were just fueling the feud. Otherwise, there wouldn't have been any need for them to start amplifying what someone said, and then the other. So it's about if all of you, you know your stance. I also recall he said that was one reason why the state, Oyo and Ife were once under Oyo State, right? Yes, Ife was part of Oyo State. Later, Osun, because of all this quarrel, Old Oyo. So it was later, okay, Osun State carved out. At least we now have the head of the monarchy in the state. So why is Oyo a state still talking about Osun and another state, the monarchies?
Let me drop this here.
The monarchs.
I hope you see the parallel I'm drawing. Alafin and Oni is like comparing Messi and Ronaldo. there's no basis for comparison.
But
Messi and Ronaldo are God's great gifts.
yes,
to
to
soccer.
humanity. Yes,
To soccer.
Yes, to soccer. Yes.
Yeah. So and so, the Oni and Alafi are gifts
Yes.
to the
Humanity, and then to Yoruba,
the
Yoruba nation.
traditional stool.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So I think, I mean, their offices are delineated, if that's the word to use. So they should just let them continue to run the affairs of their domains and forget about who is greater, who is not
But
greatest.
do-gooders can do well to let us have peace.
Yes, exactly.
I'm sure these problems are stoked by.
I mentioned some of the people about the media aid. How often do we hear about the Obon Calabar and what's your own in Ibibio? You have an Ibibio king?
Obong.
Obon Calabar, Obon Ibibio.
Obong is the same word now.
No, I'm asking, no
see,
verse, no
the
verse.
difference between the Efik, which you people call
Efik
Efik,
and
and
Ibibio.
it is dialectical.
Yes, which of course is similar, right?
I am Ibibio. My wife is Efik.
Efik, yeah.
We speak the same language. The dialects are different.
But they don't say Messiere. They say Essedidier. No, I'm asking.
Are you asking?
I'm asking. Okay, they don't. Do they say
Please,
Messiere?
let's go back to the newspapers. No come.
I tell you, they hear also.
No rewrite history here.
Okay, now
Yeah.
go ahead.
This morning, I still greeted Emesiere.
What did she say?
Emesiere.
Because she wants to speak your own.
I beg. Hear this one.
Yeah.
Osimhen not for sale. The Galatasaray president is saying. this.
But I'm afraid they said his contract has no release clause. What does that say? If he has no release clause, then it means that this guy is tied to them for as long as in his
contract
playing
lasts.
days. I don't know whether that's something that should bother me.
Yeah, the one that's a happier news is Ibezuo and Okoronkwo goals and Falcons win over Amazons in Lome.
Lome. No, the debt is the Republic of Benin. It was a two-legged, it was called two-legged tie.
Yeah.
The first one was 4-0 in our favor. The second one, which of course you mentioned, is 2-0, which is aggregate 6 goals in favor of Nigeria. And so, but people are saying now that we dealt with their men, we are now dealing with their women. So,
What does it matter? We are looking at the story in the newspaper.
it matters a lot because they know they let us drink
that
water
one not there for
and
here.
put cup down, particularly Ghanaians.
Okay, hear this one. Agbakoba backs Tinubu's service chiefs shake-up.
Yes, it was on TV last night. So we also when I left it somewhere. I said I was going to appear on TV. So it was on my way there that the news broke that the services. So we had to quickly add it to the topics that were discussed yesterday. We looked at it, but it's a routine. I think some service chiefs are retired are even saying that Obasanjo kept. I mean, it's not Obasanjo, but Tinubu kept them for too long. Usually, maximum 2 years, you change them. This one, I think, they say it's just a routine. And some people who are trying to tie it to the rumored coup, I wish them well. For me, I want to believe the government that there was no such thing. If the change of guards is something that you people have to drive to say you want to tie it to that, well, good luck to you. But for me, I want to rely on the information from the military that there was no such thing as a coup.
Please, don't raise the coup here.
Yeah, I will not raise it.
Service chiefs have been
changed. Yes.
That's the story.
That's it.
Hear this. I'll testify to in Kanu's trial if subpoenaed Wike.
The subpoena will come yesterday. We also look at but you and I also look at the story yesterday about. I don't know. This is. I think it's the first. I'm expecting to watch the drama that we attend. That maybe he is going to dock Wike and be cross-examining Wike.
His first day. I saw it on TV yesterday.
But he said it was rowdy.
Well, the part I saw was not right.
Okay, maybe what you saw was not right. So the thing, but it's going to be cross-examining Wike and the other witnesses.
Yeah.
As a defense counsel to himself. Nnamdi Kanu, representing Nnamdi Kanu. Okay, now we watch.
Okay, this one, Tinubu to Amokwiton. Make 2027 polls transparent, violence-free.
Yes, it's a charge, and I also urge him to so do, because since 1993, you and I, we are both in agreement on that we will not actually witness election that have been so adjudged to be free, fair, and credible.
Yeah.
Even
But
then, it was on. We ran it on the platform of analog, but now.
Wait.
Yes.
Make we no go there. But
Okay.
let me ask you this one. When there's election violence along with election,
Yes.
does the INEC have a part to play here?
No.
My people
It is the
say,
military. And those are the
my people
security
say
agencies.
when you talk to the hawk with the steel fowl, you talk to the
To the
mother
fowl,
hen.
to keep the
Keep
chicks.
your picking,
Yes.
you know. So it's a two-way street.
Well, but it's remotely is not an INEC problem.
It is not.
It is not. But so the security agency, because this thing is a network. The INEC will do theirs.
We are saying this to
Yes.
educate the listener. You know.
It's not an INEC problem. The security agencies have been charged with their responsibility to ensure that elections witness peace and tranquility. Not INEC. There's something INEC don't bear guns. They don't bear arms. So I wonder what they're going to do. Theirs is to ensure they superintend over the effects of.
Another angle. Let me
Yes.
introduce this because
Okay.
you brought it up.
Yes.
The first and only military president we have had in this country said the 1993 elections were free and fair.
The one he annulled
Why was the results annulled?
because they were free and fair.
So, okay.
According to him.
The next paper is the Daily Trust. The Daily Trust is here. The lead story, Obasanjo, I rejected El-Rufai as my successor. We
Yes,
have talked
a
about
recurring
it.
story. Yeah, Charlie. Recurring.
ADC to Tinubu, tell Nigerians real reason behind service chief's removal.
I just mentioned real reason is routine. It's routine according to the military sources. They say it's routine. Somebody, I said so. A service chief even said, a retired service chief even said that it took too long for them to be changed. 2 years maximum.
If ADC was at the helm,
Would they have?
would it have considered changing service chiefs necessary?
I don't know.
I beg. Politics. Okay. CAF snubs Nigerian referees for 19th consecutive year.
But do you?
But you get the meat of the story.
Yes, I do. Of course, I do. Because the reason
Are
is
you
simple.
not surprised that 19 years on, Nigerian referees
Are not enlisted.
have not been put in charge of matches, football matches on the continent?
Yes, not
God
even
bless
FIFA. Because of corruption, because of match fixing, and because of home teams must win at all costs. CAF not going to accept that.
Trust is lost.
I mean, why we are giant of Africa, so we are called, and our referees are not giant. They are ants. Not they remove the giant and then put the ants there.
Okay. Wike, present PDP governors will bury party.
What Wiki, honestly, please, I'm not an activist. But this morning, I want to act like one.
Or otherwise you go to court.
Yes, Wiki, honestly speaking, Wiki is not doing well in terms of PDP, because I liken a PDP to a home built by someone. Wiki helped to sustain that home called PDP. Okay, now you have been invited to another home by a homeowner somewhere. Come help me in my home. Because you have been invited and you left your home, you are now destroying that home you helped to build and sustain. That's the way I liken the wiki angle to in the PDP. You are serving in the government of APC. No problem. You could do that, but why would you want to destroy the home? When PDP lost election in 2015, Modu Sharif and Shekarau, they only tore the soul of the party to shreds. It was Wike and former governor of Ekiti State, Fayose, that helped to rebuild PDP. Why are you not tearing PDP apart?
Okay.
Anyanwu is doing his own. He said his signature was forged.
If you don't mind, let's deal with the headline story. Wike, present PDP governors will bury party. You know, the essence is for the listener to go get a copy of the paper and sort the story.
But I begged you that I wanted to be an activist initially.
No, beg me again. Let me beg you to hear this next headline. Kanu fails to open defense, says his ex-counsel still with case file.
And he but he's been released. He's been released now. Ejima Kobe, what's his name?
Yeah.
He has been released.
Aloy, yeah.
He has been released. So let's hope that he has been released by Monday or the next year in the fight.
Is it a case of putting the cart before the horse?
Or both of them. Mm-hmm. But for me, sorry, if I stress this forward a bit, I don't think Kanu should insist on defending himself. He's not a lawyer. I never read that he ever studied law anywhere. Because there are intricacies of the legal profession that he may not be able to withstand. So I think people who love him, please tell him to go back and accept the services of
Charles,
those SAN and
I hope you know one cry more than the
No, I'm not.
buried.
I'm not.
The man says he can defend himself. Let him do that.
Okay, so we leave it.
Our job is to report. All right, so let's go to another paper. This time the Vanguard is here. It leads with this one, the same Kanu story. My witnesses are coming from Ethiopia, Kenya, others, Nnamdi Kanu tells court.
To join Wike and the rest in Nigeria, so international witnesses. That's why I said it's going to be a drama I want to watch. It's going to be, I'm sure, as I said earlier, sometime, I said Nollywood producer will be, also be putting pen to paper now to see what they can scribble from that and get to work.
ADC, Nigerians deserve truth on sudden sack of service chiefs.
But if for instance there's indeed coup, or there was indeed coup, or a threat to coup, who loses? ADC will also lose, because the military will come and suspend all democratic. All this ADC article is angry to want to be fitted for election. It won't happen. Even us who are here,
they want to make a meal of
yes,
it.
even us who are here, journalists, if callers, even those who call in, most of them will be picked up, because during the military days, in the military, no journalist trained will ever want to practice his profession in any military country, because of you. As I'm here now, freely talking and not analyzing, I won't do that freely when if the military are here, the military people are here. Now, even those who call and then all this, they are sometimes what do you call it, the volatile way they do things, then the acidic way, the toxic way they talk. They won't say it, they will be picked up.
All right.
The last time we had military, I think, when the military was here, I think they left in 1999. Yeah. 1994, we have independent radio power, which of course was just setting a 5 years before we had democracy. Oh, yeah. So the issue of independent radio station was not there during the military. So you think it's easy? Even the ADC talking, do you think they'll be talking when the military come? I think everybody will lose.
Mine is they are just trying to make a meal of it.
Please. If you want to say certain things, forget. Let's move on.
Yeah, I would have expected the ADC to
applaud, to say thank God for that.
Set agenda for the new service chiefs. Hear this one: PDP long dead, Wike.
You say I should not be an activist. Let me leave. Let it pass.
Okay. PCN refutes buyer's claims in Lagos pharmacy approvals.
I missed that.
Pharmaceutical matters. Yeah. Okay. Dangote makes history as first African to hit $30 million net worth.
Congratulations to him. He's been gaining. Particularly the petrol business, the refinery business has been helping him to further strengthen his hold as number one African richest man, or the richest black man actually.
Okay. Dan Amana Guzo denies 58 million naira mining fraud allegation.
Okay. If it's proved to be that he is culpable, why not? Then he should go in there. But if not, then let the case rest.
Hear this one. INEC unveils AI, artificial intelligence-powered virtual assistant ahead of Anambra election.
Congratulations. I mean, that's a litmus test for Professor Mubuton. So it's, you know, because some of us are saying that he has started talking too much. I hope what he's doing now will help to walk the talk. So because everybody knowledge based economy is where everybody's driving the whole in the world.
Except that if the INEC chairman no talk, we go still say he no talk.
No, the talk is not as if it's not being talkative. That's not. I'm not saying it's being talkative.
It's not being talkative.
No, I'm not saying it's being talkative actually. Yeah.
So Jonathan has not, has not told us. Told me he wants to run for president. Wike.
But he said if he calls him, then we advise him. Just as we understand that Tompolo was recruited to go over there to, but as he went to Yenagua to tell the president to please, former president, no need to come contest. Why don't you support the good work that the current president? But I'm saying no. If he wants to contest, Jonathan should be left to contest. I mean, it's a free word. If he thinks that Nigeria will accept him back, just the way they accept Dramani back in Ghana, in their Ghana, then why not? Why asking him not to contest? It seems as if the current president is jittery that there's something Jonathan is bringing to build that. So they should align. If he comes and he's trounced, then let him bear the shame. But if he comes and he wins, then those who support, who think he has something to offer, then everybody should rejoice. So nobody should be telling Jonathan not to contest.
Charles, I have two sides to a story here. My expulsion as SDP national chairman, illegal, Gabam. Now, SDP state chairman, back expulsion of Gabam.
Yeah, well, because they have a new one, Turaki, yeah. And to replace Damago. Damago has been on active capacity for too long. So I'm happy that they're able to resolve the matter. But again, also there is this issue of the convention that is upon them, which is supposed to, I think, be for 15-16 November. But again, they say who actually signed that notification to INEC. Anyan will say his signature was forged, and thankfully they are going to be subjecting it to forensic evaluation to know whether indeed the signature was forged. But I just want PDP to let them put their house in order. Because if, for instance, what we discussed yesterday on another program about the fast forwarding of the election to November 2026, yeah, then a PDP will not have time to get set for the election, honestly.
Okay. What about this? Minister of Women Affairs. 70% of Nigerian women extremely poor.
But I thought they said they'd be sharing money to them, the
who are these days?
No, the ministry, the conditional cash transfer, they be saying. So if they are extremely poor, now you know they are poor. What are you supposed to do? You don't give money, don't dash money to them. You can come up with what Yunusa. Is it Yunusa you call that man in Bangladesh? Is it Bangladesh? The man that came up with the people's bank that we borrow people's bank from.
Pakistan.
No, I think it was Bangladesh. Okay. The man that came up with that bank, Professor Yunusa, they came up with that we borrowed people's bank from these people's bank, not the idea from another. So they should do something about they could form cooperatives and all that and see how they can use their vocational vocational training if they have that. If they don't have, they train them vocationally and then let them be productive, not dash them money every time.
Okay. Varsity lecturer killed by hit-and-run driver in Kogi.
That's the third hit-and-run driver in how many? You remember Dimba, the deputy editor-in-chief of The Sun? Yeah. That was hit. I mean, on the Saturday like this was on a walkout, and he was hit, and then he died. And till today, nobody ever know. Nobody ever got to know who killed him. Recently, Aremu.
No. We knew a hit and run.
Okay, for Dimba, maybe I missed it. But what about the one that just happened about 2 weeks ago, or less than 2 weeks ago? Now another one. One hit and run too many.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move to the Daily Sun. The Daily Sun is here, and the lead story is also here. Tinubu shakes up security leadership, appoints new service chiefs.
Yes, a recurring story, as we said.
Yeah. Okay. Delegiwa killed at 39, remembered 39 years after.
Yes. I saw the daughter the other day. The daughter said it was 1 month old when he died.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Very beautiful daughter. But anyway, 39 years down the line, we still have not found who killed him. Letter bomb, we're told.
Okay. Governors' defections rather won't make any difference. Lawal is telling us.
That was of which party?
That's for the listener
to go through
the Daily Sun has the details.
Okay, everybody's talking.
Mm-hmm. Okay. ADC questions Tinubu over sudden change of service chiefs.
Well, anyway, let's
recurring story. Some more stories in the Daily Sun. Constitution review. National Assembly committed to people-centered, timely amendments. Deputy Senate President.
Well, the one it should have human face actually. Mm-hmm. The one that I am saying, I'm thinking that it should run its course is the one this aspect of the electoral. The calendar that they want to bring forward to November. I wish that to come into being so that we will not have inaugurating the president, then the president had to be attending court and all that. So 6 months before the expiration of the incumbent, that's 185 days. The conduct election 6 months earlier. Then if anybody wants to go to court, then they go to court within that 6 month window. And then after that, if everything has been dispensed with, then the inauguration can take place, and the president or governor or whoever cannot face governor without any interruption.
Okay.
Or distractions.
Wike declares PDP crisis self-inflicted, insists no government interference.
Okay.
Yeah. Sowore, Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer granted bail.
Yes, I just mentioned that at the Ejimako. How do you say? I speak about that Ejimako. Where would you know?
A listener will tell us
yes.
When we get there.
Ejimako.
That's if the listener desires to raise that story. Okay, hear this. Okowa's defection to APC has not stopped corruption probe.
Yes, it's AFCC, right? Suppose
EFCC.
Yes, they say against what was credited to Shomole that once you bear the broom, your sins are forgiven. But he's saying now, even with this Makare, a whole lorry load of broom or container load, 40 foot container, his probe would not end. But I hope it continues. And that's the way it should be. You no matter how highly placed, the law, you should be subjected to the dictates of the laws of the land.
Okay, from the Daily Sun, let us look at the Daily Trust. Naira records 5th straight appreciation against the US dollar to end week on good note.
Yes, I did a video that I posted on Facebook the other day. I was at a car wash. Some boy, these boys, that bearing boys and earring bearing boys, they were just talking about dollar don't reduce, dollar don't come down. And also, I was compared to join them in discussion. Is it dollar don't come down? Do we Naira don't appreciate?
Or Naira don't go
it's
up?
Naira go. Say Naira now that one a currency. See, let us give Naira its flowers. If Naira has appreciated, the dollar remains powerful. The dollar's value remains. So if the dollar don't go down, it is Naira that has gone up. So let's be patriotic. They say, oh God, leave that one Naira waiting day Naira. So okay. Since you made up your mind what to believe, I leave it to you.
Yeah.
It is Naira that is now getting strength.
They don't know you.
They don't know.
Okay. Other stories, some more stories in the Daily Post. Niger tanker explosion. Death toll rises to 57.
It was 42 the last time I read it. 57. Yeah. That's a whole. Maybe those who were hospitalized because of the first degree burns and all that. They're not succumbing to the hands of death. But may their souls rest in peace. But would that stop it? That's not the first time people will be losing their life because of when there's a fuel tanker will spill its content on the road. They are going there to scoop and knowing that that is death waiting to happen.
Tell them all.
Yes.
The statement is always Napo Ipoa.
Yeah, you know, Abi, no Chris.
Okay, hear this. Governor Oti thanks President Tinubu for approving Abia's takeover of Umuahia Ikorekpene Road. Work is you suppose he flagged up the rehabilitation yesterday.
Yeah, you know, I told you I think about 3 weeks ago I was in Aba.
Yeah,
Abia State, and you know I told the story about the good things that I actually witnessed there. Apart because I've been hearing stories about Aba, Abia, Umuahia, and all that. I went there, I saw for myself. Indeed, it's a new dawn in Abia. If you are from Abia, you are listening to us. Congratulations to you. Your governor, by my own estimation, is doing well. That's my own estimation. What I saw on ground, I was in Aba, and I saw the beauty. The roads are good. I mean, I didn't see any pothole anywhere. Though I didn't go into the trunk C roads, but the trunk A, trunk B that I went through, I didn't see any pothole, which is of course good for Abia.
My happiness here is that the sorrowful state of roads inside Aba town have been revived.
It's been revived, exactly.
Yeah.
The area is doing well.
Oh yeah.
Area is doing well, and all these markets over there. Osisioma, from Osisioma down to all these areas that they've been done. Everything's looking well.
I hope nobody tells me federal government neglected it. If you
No,
understand what I mean.
do. But again, if they did, the state government are taking over.
Okay, I remain SDP national chairman, Gabam.
SDP.
SDP.
National Chamber. I know the story. I know,
Yeah.
but I don't know. Maybe I will call Adewale, their presidential candidate, later. Maybe I'll see if I maybe to know exactly if there are other stories can share. Maybe next Saturday if he recalls, then we will discuss it more.
Okay. Anambra State, Anambra Guba, Soludo reveals major reason he contested for governor.
He's contesting.
Yeah.
Or the first stanza. Or the second stanza.
He's speaking in the past, past tense,
Okay.
you know,
All right.
why he contested.
Well, I think he said part of what he wanted, two things. If that is part of what he said initially, he wanted to keep the Dim Ojuku's legacy going. Then he also want to give Anambra, Indianabra, as they want to call. They don't call them Anambra people; they call them Indianabra. So they want to give Indianabra a good governance. Which were so people who have visited. I've not been to Onitsha. I bypassed Onitsha when I was going to Aba the other day. So I've not been to Onitsha to know, and Oka for a while to know exactly if indeed that good governor he promised them is doing it. If you're from Anambra, you can tell us this morning when you call in.
Very embarrassing. Wike on Governor Diri's resignation from PDP.
But it is embarrassing, of course. If we now even Diri is one governor in Nigeria, as they say, that has no party. He's neither in the PDP. He has not gone to APC. He just resigned. He has no party. That's also embarrassing. That's the only governor out of the 36 state governor that has no party as we speak.
I don't. Do I understand you? Okay. Nigerians link sack of service chiefs to rumored coup. That's another story in the day.
We know we've talked about it, but I would rather believe that it's indeed part of what they call the routine. It's a routine, yes.
Okay, student arrested in Niger for allegedly criticizing Governor Bago.
But Bago is been in the news for. In the present time for the wrong reasons. It was the same man who said that when clerics want on Friday, when you are going to mosque, if you want to put any sermon, submit to me for me to look at it first. That all the affairs, all the imams, before they go and preach their sermons at their Jumat, they should submit the sermon note to him for him to vet before they can preach it. It's the same person that's now. The other day, I think there was another story about some person says something and the man got them arrested and all that. This is not military rule. This is a civil rule, and you should be careful the way he exercises his power over there in Minna, Niger State.
Okay, another story in the Daily Post. Oti thanks Tinubu for approving Abia's takeover of Umuahia Ikorekpene Road.
Yeah, that road, that NTA road, Bohill and all that. I'm sure he's going to be wearing a good look very soon.
And no go forget, my people used to call it Umonya.
Umonya. Umonya. I've used that with number. We got to Sura. Because Sura and all that. I went through there to Arochukwu, through Nkana, across Nkana River, got to Dofia. I don't travel small. I don't try small.
You know, when you hear Ikot in my state, it simply means a people of.
Oh, okay, like said, okay, people of.
Ikot Ekpene means a
people
of
Ekpene. Then Ikot
Osura, a people of Osura.
Ikot Dofia, the same thing.
People of Udofia and so on.
Okay, thank you for the education.
Tinubu right to reshuffle service chiefs if Kuruma was true. Olisa Agbakoba.
He's right.
He should know.
But I think I like the way he said it. If he's right, then he's right. If he actually happened, then he's right to reshuffle.
But there's a story you can link to this. Presidency explains reason CDS, Musa, and other security chiefs were.
But he says to strengthen the security architecture. That's what Sunday Dari said, and Dari and Bayo Nonuga. It will strengthen the security. But who is happy with the security in this country? Don't we need to strengthen the security architecture in order to deal a heavy blow on the insurgency and the criminality in this country?
And for that matter, Charles, who would be happy that after recording 5 successful coups, whatever that means, and 4 unsuccessful ones, we are rejoicing because there was a so-called.
No, for me as a journalist, I would never pray that it happens. Never.
Suspected gunmen kill police inspector and hunter in Benue.
Oh, Benue always in the news now for improper reasons. Honestly, it's not too good at all.
Okay. Bauchi police arrest suspect over death of popular musician John Zuya.
I never knew about that. We started.
Okay. EFCC arranged a state developer, 2 others, over 1.8 billion naira fraud. B-I Leon. Billion.
Oh, billion no. But that's high.
All right. Let's try another paper here. The Guardian is here. Coup scare. Tinubu sacks service chiefs, appoints Oluyede as CDS. That's a chief.
I always fight because as an editor myself, I was an editor of a newspaper magazine. I'm always very weary with the way newspapers headlines go. Why use coup scare as a kicker? The authorities have come out to say it is a routine exercise, and it will strengthen the security architect. Why the kicker? Coup scare? Is they not related?
Make I drop this one here.
And Guardian, for that matter, Guardian is well respected daily.
I drop this here. Now who could help?
Who will help? Who will go help? Will he also help the Guardian if it happens? So, but for me, that kicker, coup scare is unnecessary for that headline.
Yeah. You going to court? No.
I'm not going to court. I'm only saying because I'm also a practitioner myself.
Okay. Profile of new CNS, Chief of Naval Staff, Rear Admiral Abbas, E.D. Abbas.
Yeah. Somebody asked me yesterday, where is W. Shuaibu from? He's from Kogi, so Olamaboro local government in Kogi State. His name actually is YD. YD. I think it's the W that is YD.
Yeah.
YD. What's his other name again? Shuaibu. YD Shuaibu. So he was born in 1971, if I'm not mistaken, according to that. And so that it's just so that people will know that it's not a Yoruba man. Somebody say, is he not a Yoruba man? The man don't go bring. No, it's not. He's an Igala man from Olamaboro local government in Kogi State. Let me quickly let, if you will, that Major General Waidi, okay, it's Waidi Shuaibu was born on 18 December 1971 in Olamaboro local government area of Kogi State. He gained admission into the prestigious Nigeria Academy, Divine Academy, as a member of the 41 regular course in 1989. He was commissioned on 17 September 1994 as a second lieutenant into the Nigerian Army Armor Corps. So he's not a Yoruba man, as some people say yesterday, as another Yoruba man. No, he's an Igala man from Olamaboro in Kogi State.
I hope the listener would also remember that the current INEC chairman is
He's an Okuman.
He's from Kogi State.
Yes.
But for that matter, the first Yoruba man to be INEC chairman.
Exactly.
If they no go fault him.
No.
Obi faults 1.5 trillion naira Lagos port overhaul.
But you see, where I hope you allow me to do this. I think it's about time.
You go moderate him.
Yeah, it's about time we decided to go open all the ports in the south, honestly, because this over concentration of port activities in Lagos is not helping matters at all. Somebody who is a trader in your country home in Akwa Ibom who want to import things, you have to come to Lagos. I mean, look at the markup. Look at all the things you build into it to get the goods from Lagos, clear it to get to Akwa Ibom. Why when we have an port in Port Harcourt port, and then the other one in Cocoa Port, though that's for light vessel and all that. Why don't we do all these ports so that we can further get all the? I mean, that's my question.
I hope you remember that the dredging of the Calabar port was awarded.
Yes.
To a politician.
And it never happened. How about they said they also wanted to dredge River Niger for light vessels to get things there. That's also there. But for me, the over concentration of force activity,
Calabar, Warri, and all the other ports can't take all those big ships.
But there are some light vessels that they can take. When you get to Lagos, then you transfer to light vessel. It goes over there.
Maybe barges. I don't know.
Maybe, but again, so that you can clear your goods over there.
All right, let's look at other stories. NDDC unveils state-of-the-art strategic naval location in Bayelsa.
Okay, NDDC. What's NDDC got to do with Navy? I don't know if they are related.
Well,
I don't know.
Niger Delta.
Niger Delta, NDDC, and then Navy, NDDC, Navy. Well, I wouldn't know if the connection is what I'm trying to look at.
If it was not authorized to do that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Uzodinma submits committee's report on oil theft, targets 2.5 million barrels per day by December.
Yeah, thank God for. But a lot of people do not know that Imo State and Abia are part of Niger Delta. I always find time to educate people. Niger Delta has 9 states. I just want to expand the discussion. Niger Delta has 9 states. 6 of the Aboriginal southern state, which of course they call them Bray State. Bray State is an acronym for B for Bayelsa, R Rivers, A Akwa Ibom, C for Crossover, E for Edo, D for Delta. Yeah. So the Bray State, 6 states, and then plus Ondo from the southwest, and also Niger Delta, Abia Niger Delta, and then Imo State Niger Delta. So if Uzodinma is talking about barrels, you now know exactly what he's talking about. Yeah, it's an oil producing state.
Okay. Quickly, the nation is here. Travails of volunteer healthcare workers in Nigeria's Ghana's forgotten villages.
I missed
so there are forgotten villages in both Nigeria and Ghana.
I didn't get that. I didn't get to read that up.
Why Nigerians mocked Sowore? That's another story.
Even our friend, your friend, was even quarreling with me on the post I made. Barrister, what's his name again now? Our friend from Benue State. He was here the other day. Curtis Adigba. Yeah. Because I said that this guy was chasing clout. And then he now started saying that I miss Nan and Cerelac in my days, and that's why I didn't know what Sowore did.
Do you know there's such a thing as populism?
Yes.
And taking political advantage.
I know. Most people don't know.
But Sowore,
he will contest election as a politician.
In a build-up to election.
He's a politician. But now...
he's an activist.
Sowore is just trying to remain relevant. People don't know that. You think he loves Nnamdi Kanu so much? What he will gain from it is what he's looking for. I stand on that.
Okay, don't go to court.
No, I don't go to court.
Okay, we'll hand over the microphone to the listener. Dear listener, time for you to react to the stories we shared. You have 60 seconds to do so in. So let's go there. I have a first listener here. Good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning, dear guy.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah, the radio icon, I salute you especially.
I greet you. Go on.
The only Igbo in-law that I know, I salute you too.
My friend, come on for road, Alaba.
Alaba is my name.
60 seconds, you are burning your time.
Yeah.
Yes, my 60 seconds start now. So,
No.
yeah, I want to say this. You've nailed the nail on the head concerning either the coup or not the coup. But you, the media guys, are another problem that we are having.
Wow.
Yes, some of the news that you dish out are also causing problem on the land. That is where some people even tap what they want to use against the country. They say, okay, look at you are trying to explain what Guardian picks up. Yes, and some people have even, their mind has even gone up. But true, there must be something. If not something, paper will not carry it. So you guys at the media, you need to recall yourself at the meeting. At the meeting, you're talking about yourself that are you saving this country or you are trying to plunge this country into a problem.
Okay. But even right here, we do a lot of corrections. I mean, we do a lot of something about what is improper. We say it. I mean, as I said, as a journalist, trained journalist, just as Jones is, we correct whatever is wrong in the media. So you can't say all of us. So I just wanted to let him know that. Yeah.
All right. Another listener is here. Good morning to you. Hello. Good morning.
Hello.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning, citizens. This is Peter from Missouri.
Peter.
Are you there?
Go ahead, Peter.
Yes. You are talking of for 19 years now, they have not allowed Nigerian coaches to participate in CAF football. You don't know that all these things we do. You don't see us as honest people. See what is happening in our politics. But so we call it politics. I can't be destroying everything. In the face of destroying it, we are telling it is a master strategy. We are doing it, we are just praising the person. This is the dishonest we are displaying here. So it is reflecting our life, not only sports. So all these countries, all these small countries in Africa, they laugh on not only big nations, not Europe, all these small nations in the countries in Africa. They laugh on what we do is like we are just playing. We are just playing. We do something, we call it another name. We call it another name. We are telling lies. Or we manipulating everything. See our election.
Thank you.
See our election. Something that's very glaring, we manipulate it, we call it politics, it's politics. It will affect them.
Don't mix these things,
Thank
please.
You. Yeah.
No spoil.
You have made your point. Thank
Please,
you.
you made your point.
Yeah.
Another caller is here. Good morning to you. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
I greet you.
Hello, good morning. You are calling from Ibo.
Welcome.
So, on the case of William Dikano and his lawyers, you cannot speak. It's not saying that this man does. You don't want to explain his case. He doesn't want to explain his case. Why should you be your lawyer? Why not to explain his case by yourself? I don't want to talk from the federal government. Let them say this guy. Almost. If you have a business, let them give you. Let them give you. These guys don't want to defend his case. You must take the consequence of the action. One person is here, lawyer. He's just playing with the federal government. It's not a chaganda. Let them deal with you. Let them deal with you. So that's my take on it.
Thank you. I don't know. What do I say?
Me
Let
I
them
not
deal with him.
No, me I not talk.
Me I don't know.
Who are the them?
Please.
Who are the him?
Who are these them? Please. Hello. Good morning to you.
Good morning, sir.
Welcome.
Citizen Jones. My name is Obina.
Obina, I'm counting. Go on.
Okay. I want to talk about Nigerian ref reaching them even in African Cup. We are just deceiving ourselves. The whole world knows us. We are answering the giant of Africa. They are laughing at us. They know what we can. Let them reset this country. Let's be in order. Now we are fighting for peace in the Security Council. While we have insecurity all over the place. So we are just mocking ourselves. That's all. That is my take.
Thank you.
Okay. The line is free. So, what story or stories are you reacting to? Good morning to you.
Good morning, citizen.
Welcome.
Charles from First House.
Charles. Another Charles
Yes,
there. Go on.
there is nothing wrong on what ADC said about changing of service chiefs. Lai Mohammed, when they were in opposition, the opposition now are not doing anything at all compared to what APC did when they were in opposition. So asking them question about the service chiefs, they are right. They should go ahead and do more, ask APC more questions because they did work. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oshe.
Yeah. Are you reacting to any story or stories? Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Very good morning to you, Citizen John.
Welcome.
Very morning to all of
Yeah.
Good morning.
my name is Prince Wife, calling you from also the city in the center of Ilefast. Now, we start establishing the kingdom and the APC, Mr. President. And I want to urge those in position now to please work harder, and harder, and save the country. And the authorities to cater for them, especially the junior officers, fat salary, fat allowances, historical cover for their families, so they will ginger them to secure the country. And finally, I want to appeal to Kano, please call back your lawyers. You can't defend yourself. Some of us want you to out of that place. Get a lawyer, come to DT. Please, I'm begging you now. Good morning to you.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Thank you. Yeah, take your 60 seconds. Which story or stories caught your fancy? How would you want to react to it or to them? Let's go there. Good morning.
Good morning, Stephen Jones.
Welcome.
And Mr. Charles Igbo.
Thank you, sir. Good morning.
My name is Neville. I'm calling from Preston.
Go on.
Let me start from the issue of change of services as people are talking about coup and all that. You know, the coup, nobody wants to obligatory coup. We have seen what happened in the past. But because of the failure of administration, leadership, that is why people now prefer. Because what we are experiencing in this country, and especially this past week, because of the protest, what we experienced, most of the acts were worse than what we experienced in military coup. Still, we are talking about democracy. So government should come up. They should come up with something admirable. Leadership style that the leaders will clap hands for them. If we have good leaders, nobody will talk about coup. Then on Noti and those, I'm from Abia and Abia. Yes, that is doing a great job. Most of the federal roads there, like Mr. Idehot said, they are taking over. Umuahia or after Abel, Roma is doing a lot of job there. But some of those securities, those people who had Abia and the juggler for 24 years.
Thank you. We got you first
Thank
time.
you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
We'll take one last but not least call. Hello. Welcome.
Hello.
Are you there? Go on.
Good morning, sir.
Welcome.
Good morning.
Yeah, I want to react on I want to react on the Kampolo meeting Jonathan not to contest 227. I want to beg the whole majority leaders as they are negotiating with Tinubu to step down for him to run 2007 election. They should at least the way fast report, worry report, and honest report. At least if these two can be functioning, they should bargain with him. Let it be the commission they give to him for him to show support to support his finance, and let it be before the election time.
All right.
He is trying to bargain with him, not to step down for what?
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. That's
We'll
good.
leave it there.
We'll leave it.
That will
Yes,
just
thank you. I
about do it
appreciate.
for-
I mean, it's a privilege always, as I said, sitting beside you to also drink from the milk of wisdom or knowledge also. As I told my staff the other day when I had a meeting, I said, I'm still learning. Every Saturday I come to you to learn more, to add to steal from you actually. So thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. So
Thank you.
next Saturday,
Yeah.
we'll be here,
That's
barring God willing.
That's it.
All right, folks. Our next program is 5 minutes away. Stick around. right, folks, we are jumping straight into the second offering for today. We call it Citizen Jones This Morning. What we do here is simple. We interrogate issues that get thrown up by my country, your country, bring context to it or to them, just so you know. Today we look at move to eschew post-election encumbrances. National Assembly proposes November 26th for 2027 general elections. I hope you got that right. Our country, Nigeria, has been dogged by post-election worries and encumbrances since pre-independence days. The listener is not unaware that post-election litigation, that's court cases, have characterized the process, no thanks to election losers who go to court in a bid to challenge election outcomes. The hallmark of politicians who would never play by the rules of the process. That's the direct result. Now, the legislative arm of government, the National Assembly, has elected to do something different, if only to stave off those post-election encumbrances. That's worries. And so if the plan falls through, the next presidential election and governorship elections may be held in November 2026. That's a clear 1 year from now. But November 2026 would be 6 months earlier than usual. The draft amendment was unveiled on Monday during a public hearing jointly organized by the Senate and House of Reps Committees on Electoral Matters in the nation's capital, Abuja. Well, it is just as well that the new INEC chairman, Professor Joash Ojo Amukpiton, SAN, has promised a totally refreshing breath of fresh air at the INEC. Question: would the politician who is a professional carpetbagger be willing to play by the rules? Shall we have a robust debate? I have a gentleman who has lived through these things over time. He's a rounded gentleman, broadcaster, journalist, and Nollywood practitioner. Let's meet and greet the inelastic Chris Akwarando. Chris, I greet you.
Good morning, Citizen Jones, and good morning, listeners.
Yeah, Chris, you understand the talking point.
Yes.
Yeah. So the National Assembly said after an election, because people will go to court and the matters would drag until inauguration. So if they hold the election earlier, it would have taken care of all the wahala.
Would it really have? In the electoral law that is being amended now, are there no provisions like that? Of course there are. In other words, like you said, it's the practitioners that...
let me, another way of looking at it is
yes.
the naive Nigerian or the Nigerian who does not know would ask, why Anambra the whole governorship election
exactly.
now? Osun is waiting, Ondo is waiting.
Exactly.
Which other state,
So when you have these off-season elections, it's because there were litigations. It happened in Rivers, remember? There were litigations that didn't elapse within the period before the swearing in.
Yeah.
In other words, while they lasted, the person in government at that particular time would have actually been earning salaries and allowances and then spending money, and by the time the person is booted out, the person doesn't account for what he or she
doesn't return a cover
at all. But if their new concept is going to help us, the citizens of this country, to manage our politicians, then all well and good. Which means that if the election is held in November, by
November 2026.
26. So by May, at least mid-May 2027,
before the inauguration
on May 29th, we would have been done with all the litigations. Now, but the politicians themselves, I'm glad that it is representatives that are making this law. They themselves will also go for the elections. All right. They themselves will also be voted for. So in other words, if they say, oh, that would be good for us, All right. And Nigerians will now look at it and say, okay, so long as you don't shift the goalpost, we'll wait for you on the election day. Yeah. Now, our business is to go and vote. Mm-hmm. And if it's voted for and is approved and is assented to by the president and it becomes a law, this is the best time to do it so that we can have at least 1 year before the next electoral cycle. In other words, because that's what the electoral law prescribes, that INEC must prepare for the elections 1 year before the election. And I'm also sure that that's what they're angling for. So if that is what they're angling for themselves, they should not dilly-dally in the National Assembly in passing the bill. I mean, it's gone through the second reading now.
Yeah.
Now it has to go through a third reading. Now it's in the committee stage. The committee stage has looked into it and is making their recommendations based on what the General House had agreed.
Yeah.
Now, if they resume and it's presented in the plenary and they approve, of course, if they say yeah, all right, and they now take it to the president for assent, I'm sure the president will not bother himself and to accent to it. Once he does,
it
becomes law. But in the meantime, it's still an idea.
Yeah, Chris, but let's the everyday Nigerian. That's the man at the bus stop. Is the everyday Nigerian.
Yes.
In order that he gets to understand what we're talking about.
Yes.
We must look at the flip side of the coin.
Okay.
The politician must play by the rules.
Yes.
You understand what I mean?
Yes. You know.
I've heard over time that Nigerian politicians are bad losers. When a Nigerian politician wins, democracy is healthy in my country. When he loses, we are in trouble.
Yeah, but there's no part of the world where you give the politician serious things to handle. Which part of the world? But here in Africa is worse, because we're not prepared for the electoral process. When Professor Joash Mukwiton was appointed by the National Economic Council.
Yeah.
All right. People were thinking that Tinubu has appointed President Tinubu, GCFR has appointed him. It wasn't just him.
Yeah.
He would moot the name of the individual.
Yeah.
And then these other people who don't even belong to his party, who also have their own interests, will look at the credentials of a person. Credentials, I'm not talking about his professorship. I'm talking about his personality.
Yeah.
Now, for some of us who had known the man for quite a long time and known that he's a very no-nonsense person. Of course, I met him for the first time in 1991. That was when he was doing his MPhil PhD, actually. Okay, and I was also concluding my master's program anyway. But the issue is, this man is just one person, and there are 37 other state electoral commissioners not appointed by him and not appointed by the president. These were appointed by the states. And this man will preside over these people, not as a headmaster.
Yeah.
Okay? Mm-hmm. Not as their teacher, not as their professor. In fact, since Professor Tairi Jega started bringing in professors, most of the state electoral commissioners are also professors or doctors or judges, you understand? Retired judges.
Remember that a professor is serving time in prison.
Yes.
On account of aiding.
Oh, there are 3 of them that that have been indicted.
But does the Nigerian know it is not the INEC chairman that did that?
That's the point I'm trying to make now. That we must understand that the INEC chairman himself will only defend INEC in totality. But there are other people. Now, you have state electoral commission. Then you have local government. Okay.
As part of the bargain.
Then you have those in the wards. So at the end of the day, it is Nigerians that destroy the election, not the INEC chairman.
Please, let me tease you a little.
Go ahead.
I hope you understand where I'm coming from.
Go ahead.
on June 12, 1993,
Yes.
late Professor Humphrey Nwosu, bless his soul,
Yes.
organized an election that was believed across board to be free and fair. Why was the result cancelled?
Well, you knew there were a lot of
At
shenanigans.
that point,
Yes.
was it the INEC chairman?
It was because he was announcing the results.
Good.
And he was stopped mid-air.
So-
You and I were here in this country, and that day was a Thursday.
It was, yeah.
Yes, it was a Thursday before 4 p.m. He was stopped. Now, do you remember there was Association
I
of
remember
Better
a military governor slapped him.
slapped him and told him to shut up.
Eh.
Okay, live. Okay, now you were in Radio Nigeria, so you knew all these things. Now there was an Association of Better Nigeria.
Okay.
Now
That was used.
There were
Uh-huh.
these are politicians, right? Who were civilians. There were militocrats who were also angling around to make sure that the democracy is truncated so that they do not lose what they were gaining.
That's it.
Now, there were clergymen, all right, both Christians and Muslims, who were also part of this process. In the end, the annulment of the election that was heaped on the head of then President Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida was not just his, it was the decision of a lot of carpetbaggers, a lot of fifth columnists, and this country has not recovered from it.
Not recovered.
You understand?
Yeah.
So we need citizen conscientization, not just mobilization. You see, every time I keep hearing INEC is mobilizing, political parties are mobilizing. You mobilize ignorant people.
Yeah.
You don't conscientize them as to what they are supposed to do. I'll give you an example. Now, if, for instance, the resident electoral commissioner in a state does not pay the ad hoc staff the money he has received from INEC that was released from a federation account through the central bank, he has not paid them. Now, political parties...
There'll be a lot of belly aching.
Exactly. Now, politicians who have representatives, all the political parties are supposed to have representatives. And these representatives, in most of these parties, you don't pay them. So they are belly aching as well. And they now go to a politician and say, you see what they're doing? See what they're doing? They can't pay us. Now, the politician settles them. Now, when the resident electoral commissioner now brings out a result, whatever it is, and you will ask the representatives of political parties, come and sign.
Who are supposed to sign? Yeah.
Who they will sign, but they have collected 500,000 from somebody because you didn't pay them. So I also have heard that the National Assembly wants to whittle down the number of political parties to 10, and some people are complaining. I, Sir Chris Akwarando, wants the parties to be only 2. It will help us in curbing excesses during the elections. In fact, our printing papers will be reduced. Then it will help us not to play the politics of religion and tribe. It will help us to understand the two of them. We can then understand those that want to rule us. But if you have, do you know that now we have more than 150 parties? Do you know that? Now,
I wonder if the everyday Nigerian is thinking deeply.
they are not. They are waiting for the bag of rice and
Yes.
10,000 naira and some 5,000
And
naira.
when a Nigerian tells you we have bad leaders, they forget to also tell you
That we
those
have bad
leaders-
followers.
Those leaders are thrown up by the same society.
Same society.
You know.
You know. In the Catholic Church, there's what they say that the priest is taken from amongst the people.
Yeah.
So in the end, God calls someone from amongst the bad people. You are bad, and God calls one of you. Is it that the person becomes good to help you, or the person remains
Becomes
bad,
badder.
or even worse? So our people have not asked themselves. Everybody is trying to mobilize you to vote, but nobody is conscientizing you.
Yeah.
Conscientization means letting you
Yeah.
understand
The dynamics.
the dynamics of what you're going to do.
Yeah.
I have been hearing about vote rigging and that
Ballot box snatching.
snatching.
The INEC chairman does not provoke that.
Is the INEC chairman snatching the box?
Okay.
Does he even know where the boxes are snatched?
And the listener, the everyday Nigerian, fails to factor this into all of
Absolutely.
it. And when a new INEC chairman like Amukbiton is appointed,
Yes.
president,
He must be a Yoruba man. Amukbeton is not even, he's from Kogi anyway.
Yeah, but he speaks from the Yoruba speaking.
He speaks Yoruba, but he also speaks Hausa.
No. He's from Kogi.
Yes.
But he is the first Yoruba speaking
INEC chairman. He speaks Yoruba. He also speaks Hausa.
Yeah.
So that you would understand that it's not about what he speaks. It's about who he is. There's another point, vote buying. Who encourages vote buying? It is the same politicians.
The politician.
Now, but also, the common man that is being bought was never conscientized, but was mobilized to come and collect money.
Yeah.
So is either you collect it in bread or akara container or in a newspaper. But however...
And these are pittances.
Exactly, pittances. Do you know that most of this vote buying is not done on election day?
Yeah.
No. It's done at night before the election. So they go around and keep dropping your own bread or bag of rice or whatever. Now, the same person collecting this would tell you, well, it's my own share. Now, what share of what?
Of what?
Share of what? Now, recently, Citizen Jones, the government introduced social security system whereby the indigent, in order to take, we had 67% of Nigerians, living below poverty line, $2.6. Now, the government wants the people who are very indigent to have little thing.
Very vulnerable.
Weekly, they go and receive this. Do you know that the same people who are supposed to implement it go around and use it to spread around their girlfriends? So, at the end of the day, is it President Tinubu, GCFR, that is also causing this? Or the university system, about the loans?
Okay.
The students' loans.
That one.
Yes. No, not that one. The students' loan.
Yeah.
Do you know that the universities do not, it's paid direct to the university. Now, these same universities do not tell the indigent students that their money has been paid. Those ones now will trouble government. They are sending us out that our fees have not been paid. And the government has said, no, but we've paid the universities. And the universities are now denying us, okay, wait, we'll investigate. But they have collected the money and kept the money. Who is fooling who in this country?
And at the end of the day, the man at the center is the fall guy.
That's it. He's not doing that. So in the end, whatever is wrong with the cricket is in the cricket's belly.
Yeah.
And unless the cricket begins to purge itself, he will still be as the case may be. Go stay there. So the issue with electoral law is not just about laws. It's about the spirit of the law itself.
Yeah.
Now, the National Assembly is trying to say, okay, let's stop this disturbances or interferences within the electoral system. There's also the provision of the electoral court in this same milieu, this same, what are they calling it?
Mix.
Okay. Now, these things are good. There's nothing wrong with it. But aren't you going to appoint a judge? Won't it be a judge that will preside over that matter? Isn't this judge Nigerian? Are you going to bring a Briton to be the judge?
Now, consider this.
Yes.
The new INEC boss has mooted the idea of having a court to try electoral offenders.
Yeah, that's the electoral court.
That, I think, is something new, thinking out of the box.
Yes.
But, Chris, may I tease you?
Go ahead.
I might sound very old school. You sound new school to me. June 12, 1993
Yes.
meant the option A4 was adopted.
Yes.
That is the open secret.
Yes.
The picture of the candidate
Yes.
is there.
Yeah.
And the supporter, whoever you are going to vote
You
for,
stand.
you stand. And
You stand.
And the result,
Come rain or shine.
the results at that police
Yes.
station
Is
is
counted
known
there and then.
and announced.
And everybody will hear it.
Is it old school in a 21st century Nigeria to introduce? Remember that.
No, but other countries are doing it.
Remember that the late Professor Humphrey Wosu,
Yes.
who
Engineered that, but he wasn't the person that
Professor
mooted it.
Emeawa,
Yeah, okay, before him.
engineered he had 7 options.
Yes, yes.
But Babangida elected option A4.
A4.
He never knew it was going to burn fingers.
Yes, yes, yes.
So that
Oh, there was also, you have a word in your mouth.
Yeah.
Within the option A4 system,
yeah,
it meant that every presidential aspirant,
yeah,
whether you are in party A or B or C,
Yeah.
would go around the country and then secure your own delegates, just like it's done in the United States, because it was copied by, what's this gentleman's name, who was in Babangida's government then. He came back from the United States. I remember his name. Now,
what did he do?
he brought this from the United States.
Okay.
Okay. Now, the idea was then that every presidential candidate, not just the one you have selected now,
Yeah.
but once you determine that you will be the presidential aspirant, you will have to go around the country,
Sweet sell what you have.
what you have, so that your own delegates in your own party will select you. So once now you garner enough delegates from your party, and you're going to remember when Yaradua was for AZP and then Tufa was for NRC. Remember?
Yeah, yeah.
Now, they went round. Okay? So in the end, you would then have appealed to a greater number of Nigerians.
Yeah.
Not just that your party delegates went to Abuja and elected, but that you would have gone around the country. Let me tell you, Citizen Jones, most of these politicians have never been around this country. I have. Most of these politicians don't know this country. And then how come you want to govern a people you don't know?
You don't know the
Most
people.
of them don't have an idea of what this country is like. Remember, you have a word in your mouth. Remember when the tax bill was sent to the National Assembly. There was a senator who just quickly shouted, "No, this is against the North."
And he had not seen it.
And he had not read a line.
But do you know that Nigerians still are troubled? They are not able to see what is called populism and political opportunism. And that's what they fly with. Somebody is popular, so they think that fellow is him.
That's the policy
Political
of conscientization.
is taking advantage of situations to gain political power.
I agree.
Populism is a political approach that champions the common person, that places the common person against the government.
Yes, but then, because it's not all opposition that is positive.
Okay.
All right. So, and because the CSOs, civil society organizations, concentrate on, of course, their own pockets and their own image, they do not conscientize the people.
Okay.
They mobilize the people. And this thing they are doing, they mobilize them along ethnographic lines.
Yeah.
Okay, tribe and religion. And that's why we still have these problems now.
Good. Let me take you back. Sorry, I'm sounding a little old school.
Go ahead.
Let's go back to 1993.
Okay.
The Muslim ticket.
Yes.
Split opinion.
Yes.
And so many people who didn't understand what it meant.
Yes.
Condemned the thing, but yet Abiola won the election.
And he's giving us a precedent, right?
Yes, yes.
And Tinubu the vice president
Shetima.
Shetima, are they no Muslims? Okay.
So what does it matter if they are delivering?
Exactly. Now I will take you back to 1982.
Okay.
All right.
Sounding old school now.
Yes.
Let's go.
I take you back to 1982. There was an organization called People's Progressive Association, PPA.
PPA, yeah.
That was supposed to have metamorphosed to People's Progressive Party. Now, at the end, it was mooted that Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, Benjamin Nnamdi Azikiwe, would be the presidential candidate, and then Chief Jeremiah Obafemi Awolowo would be the vice presidential candidate. And Azik was to do 2 years because he wanted to retire, and then hand over to the vice president.
Yeah.
Now, fast forward to 1994 in South Africa. That was exactly what Mandela did. And the world was caught with the euphoria. But it would have started in Nigeria in the 1983 election. That eventually, of course, people like Patutomi, them were all part of the MPN, grandstanding, that they won what they called landslide or whatever it is, before the December 31st, 12 midnight coup of 1983. That is old school. But if you don't know where rain started beating you, you will never know where to take your towel from. And so Nigerians...
Or take shelter.
Nigerians like to live on the air and forget their roots. And that is our problem. So what we are saying here is, look at historically, it wasn't about electoral law. It was about the people themselves, the politicians themselves, and the citizens not carrying through positive ideas, positive things that would have elevated the political system. Rather, we got them drowned by our own whimsical actions, including the annulment of the June 12, 1993 election.
Please recall that in 1964, let me sound more old school.
Yes.
The contested, disputed federal elections.
Yes. In the West.
Yes. The chairman of FEDECO then, Federal Electoral Commission.
Yes.
Was E.E.
Eswa.
Now, there was trouble in the West. Was it the chairman of INEC then that caused it?
It wasn't the chairman of FEDECO.
So today...
It was the politicians.
Today, in a 21st century world where everything should be...
transparent? Or knowledge-driven. Knowledge-driven.
We are in the digital age. The Nigerian still thinks the INEC chairman... if he's Igbo and the president,
then he will make the Igbo president,
and he's not ready to
that's
think
absolute
deeply.
Nonsense.
That's the problem. He's not thinking deeply.
Yes.
If you talk the way I'm talking, you are
an enemy.
You are said to be
pro-government or whatever it is.
Government.
Yes.
But me, I know be small picking.
No, why should I be afraid?
To sieve the wheat from the chaff.
Absolutely.
Now the story is there's a move to eschew post-election encumbrances, Wahala. National Assembly proposes November 26th for 2027 general elections, so that all these litigations and
will be done with. Will be done with.
The listener would tell me something that takes you to Never Land. All right, dear listener, if you feel up to joining issues, the line is free now. Let's get to hear you. What do you have to say? Do you see what we are also seeing here, or do you share the sentiment expressed at the National Assembly? Let's go there. So come on, a very interesting country. My country, your country, Chris.
Yes, I keep saying. Both the CSOs, the yes.
I have a first listener.
Go ahead.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, sir. Yeah, I'm calling from Ajaro State.
Go on.
I'm not hearing you, but I believe you are hearing me.
I can't hear you. Go on.
Good. So I like this morning show program. But one thing in this Nigeria, I understand that we never ready to tell ourselves truth. That's number one. Number two, the election process, the way it go in Nigeria, we don't trust ourselves much because now they are bringing time of election in November, that whatever, that they are giving gap of if you want to go to court or whatever. It shows that they are never ready to tell ourselves truth. But when you are making provision of going to court, the rigging of the election will still be there. That's what I have to say, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I felt, Chris, I felt like asking, when he said the rigging of election, will be, even when you are preparing to go to court, who rigs the election? Is it the INEC or the politician?
Yeah, I'd like to also tell him that there's no country in the world where elections are rigged. The issue now is the level of the rigging.
Yeah.
So what the electoral law is supposed to do is to guide,
Yeah.
so that the electoral process is free and fair, but also justiciable. In other words, putting a law whereby there will be a court that will try someone that disobeys or goes against what we've agreed.
The rules.
Does not remember the rules, because ignorance is not an excuse in law. In other words, there must be a way of punishing
That's it.
wrongdoing. So what our problem in this country has been that people who do wrong are not punished.
And when one fellow is punished, Chris,
Then his whole community,
you hear incongruous things like now only
him, or is he because he's from here or there. So the electoral law is meant to guide against such fraud.
Let me take another list.
Go ahead.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Jones.
Welcome.
And your guest.
Yeah.
This is Mayor from First Time Watchman. You see, in those days, there's what they call utmost good faith. Can come as these are politicians in National Assembly. Are they doing this proposal? Is it in good faith? Because they are the problem of this country. And they corrupt the judiciary, the electoral body and all. So now the question is, are they okay with what is happening in this country? They just mentioned the 1964 election crisis. 1964, 61 years ago, and we have been and this thing is getting messier and messier. So they should be patriotic for once and make us be proud of this country. That is my take. They should forget about money and power and stop this. Nigeria has become a laughing stock. And stop this mess. That is my own. So let them get into their head that one day they will leave all this money, power, and everything, and Nigeria will continue. So
we'll leave it there.
I'd like to tell Mayor that we have come a long way.
Yeah.
Oh, a long way. There was a time in this country when election results were written in somebody's house.
Okay.
We have passed that stage. There was a time in this country when ballot boxes will be snatched and people will not vote. They will go to somewhere and stuff it. Okay. We have now got to a point where there are evidences that votes are now counting. There are evidences that I know where I always vote. And I know that the results that come out of that ward is correct.
Yeah.
So I can testify to that. And I have lived in this country to the point that I have seen how terrible it was to conduct elections and announce results. And I've seen that it's getting better. So I do agree with Mayor that the politicians are problems. And I know Citizen Jones also, in the beginning, you made that comment too, that the politicians are the problems. However,
but my countryman and woman
Yes.
will not want to see that.
that's where the problem is.
When you talk the way I'm speaking,
Yes.
you are said to be an APC man.
Yes.
As if it is a crime.
I'm not a politician.
No. just call me an APC man. Is it a crime?
No, it's not. It's not. You're entitled to your opinion. I'm not a politician. But the point is, and I just want Mayor to know this, that while the politicians are playing not by the rules, the people themselves do not understand how they can thwart their...
Because the politician don't blind the eye.
That's what it is.
Don't bring money.
So you'll be mobilized like now. There is the ongoing mobilization for you, those who hadn't registered to go and register, or those who have come of age to go and register, or those who changed their residences or locations, as the case may be, to go and revalidate. It's going on. Now the politicians are mobilizing the people to do it, which is good.
Chris,
yes.
The Anambra governorship election.
Yes, coming up in next month.
Some weeks to go.
Yeah.
Already, INEC has discovered over 27,000 fake.
Oh yes,
So is
fake cards.
Is that the INEC chairman?
It's not. It's still the politicians. However, the politicians also use the people. So in a country where you don't conscientize the people, you just mobilize them. You mobilize them to destroy themselves.
Okay, another listener is here. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Welcome.
This is Mr. Peter from Missouri.
Peter, go on.
Please, I don't like I guess always when making excuses for INEC chairman or INEC. INEC is an empire. What do you mean of an empire? Even if whatever politicians want to do, is the duty to stop.
Say what you want to say. Please leave my guest. Say what you want to say. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning to you.
Yeah.
I'm Richard Best.
Thank you.
I'm Edward calling from Sango.
Okay.
On this bill that goes to National Assembly on the starting election on the 26th November
2026. Yeah.
2026.
Yeah.
I strongly not allow that because, in my own opinion, because the oppositions have more time to arrange themselves. At least normally the campaign is supposed to start by 2026. All this is to rush them and do quick election and push them out. It is not starting very well. So me, I will say, let them identify most of the problem we have in 2023 and correct it before we go to election. Then this electoral law, let them enact it in such a way that there will be no omission. Even the press,
thank you.
The journalists, the lawyers will be involved into the matter.
Okay. I just want to tell this gentleman that this is still a bill. It is still being discussed and debated by various interest groups, including the politicians themselves, and that it will not become law unless it is agreed upon by the representatives of the people. By two-thirds.
Yeah.
And assented to by the President of the Federal Republic. In other words, as at now, we are not talking about holding election November 2026. Yeah. But again, 26 years. Yeah. But again, the electoral law as it is now amended empowers INEC to conduct election, to start preparing for election a year before the election date. In other words, we know the time we'll hold the election. Okay. Just like in America, where you know that it is second Tuesday of every November. Yeah. The second, the fourth year.
And inauguration is January
20. So it's sacrosanct. Yeah. That is what they want to do. So that whether you're a politician or you're a citizen, you will be abreast of the electoral law. My problem is they don't explain the electoral law to the people. So the people don't even know this electoral law.
Chris, my worry here is what the last caller is running
away from.
Running with.
Okay.
He says the idea is to give advantage to the
ruling party.
I don't know where that is coming
from. Every party is in the fray. I just mentioned, that they want to whittle down the parties to 10. And there's an uproar where people are saying the more the merrier and so on and so forth. But I am saying that we don't even need 10. We need 2, just 2.
The last caller must remember that close to 100 groups have said to INEC, we want to become political.
Oh, yes.
How do you reconcile that?
How do you? People just wake up. You remember when Professor Soludo was the central bank governor, you know, before he took over, we had banks in streets. We had people that wake up tomorrow, they collect people's money. Now, he now came and said, look, we're a laughing stock. Why don't we make banks solid? So if you don't have so X billions, don't apply for a bank. Now we have such strong banks. And we also have banks that take care of interest. You know, I don't want to advertise any bank. So, in other words, you now know where to put your money. Okay? There are banks for safety, there are banks that are just electronically based and, you know, a few amount of money or hundreds of money, amount of money. So you don't bother yourself if you are not at that bracket. I mean, if you're a driver or a trader, you know where to go. You understand what I'm trying to say? So since he started that sanitization of the banking system, we've not been having banks run. That is still what this National Assembly wants to do in this amendment of electoral law, so that we don't have too many political parties causing too many confusions.
Chris, sometimes you wonder if we are not a long way from home.
I don't know.
So the line is still open. Please don't get it twisted. There's a move by the National Assembly to take care of post-election troubles or encumbrances. So they are suggesting that the 2027 election be moved forward to November 2026 to give time for litigations and all that to be taken care of. I have another listener here. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning. This is also promotion.
Welcome, sir.
My own contribution is that I just want to do all this we are saying. I don't believe in all that there should be fair, this election should be free and fair. I don't think so, because I live in Lagos. I know the previous election. I know what those staff did. If they are just doing it just for people to remove their mind there that they will be rigging, they will not be rigging, or that. But I prefer, can't INEC give us this electoral system that will inform us, as in, maybe you want to vote now, you can't vote, you can't, like, if it is complete, you can't complete more than once. You want to complete the second time, to go. And anything about your data should just be only once. Each person cannot vote more than once. So if that is the key, if they can do such a thing, I believe this election, everything will be counted and it will go smoothly. But that they are going to still be doing this, they are doing, I don't think it's just a typical lie. They are just putting us, I don't just know what.
Thank you. You made it.
Let me remind the gentleman that now you cannot vote more than once. That's as simple as that. So you are entitled to vote once. And then secondly, that the electoral law takes care of problems arising from elections, and that we have accepted e-vote, electronic voting, and that is what we're working on. So the amendment to the electoral law is how to make that process better, is to how to make sure that when you go to vote and you go through the identification process and that you are accredited. Okay, we'll be using the beavers. Now, if you are accredited and you go to vote, that you thumbprint and vote. Okay, now they want to also make sure that results are reported immediately from the wards. In other words, that those who voted in that ward, if you were 90 that voted in that ward and 60 of you voted out of 90, that there and then the results are known as to the political parties and how many votes each party got.
All right, let me take another listener here. Good morning to you.
Hello, good morning, Citizens Jones and the guests.
Thank you. Please, yeah.
Yeah, the electoral, the amendments proposing is good one, but they should equally add the issue of those who deny others not to vote. What is going to be their consequences? What is going to be the reaction of the INEC towards that? Maybe assuming in a particular polling booth, somebody came around and said, if you're not voting for my party, don't come and vote. What is going to be the consequences of that? Thank you.
Yeah, but before you run away, are you there?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay, the INEC, the new INEC man says courts that will prosecute electoral offenders will be set up in his time. Let's wait for that. Thank you.
Just hold on. Just give me 5 seconds or 10. You also know that the court that the judiciary we have today is judiciary that can be able to manipulate.
Okay.
What do we do?
So don't beg the question.
See, it's very important that Nigerians should also have faith in their own country and in the system.
Country wants sophistry.
Yes.
You know, but they are not ready
to go through the process.
Yeah, the process. We want magic.
Yes, it doesn't work that way. So we're learning. It's a learning curve, and we're doing very well in the learning process.
Let me draw this. I'm sure you remember.
Go ahead.
Republic.
Yes.
A prophet in this country.
Yes.
For me, he was simply being an illusionist or magician who ran out of business. And he said, the name of the next president is in the Bible, if you remember. So my mind, and I believe yours, went to Jeremiah Obafemi Awolowo or Benjamin Nnamdi Azikiwe. Yes. But when Shagari came out, he said Shamga. Don't you remember?
It was
part of the problem.
And
Nigerians will say the INEC person
is compromised. So I think that the last caller,
we're not ready.
The last caller should know that electoral law, as it is now, is a bill, and that is undergoing a lot of processes. Civil society organizations making inputs. Political parties are making inputs. Religious organizations and groups are making inputs. Then international observers are making inputs. In other words, we are trying to help sanitize our system. If we don't do it, nobody can do it for us. If we have an electoral court, in some countries there are electoral courts. And then if you now try somebody that prevents somebody else from voting, you'll be able to sentence the person.
Yeah. So and send a message.
And send a message. But you have to first of all have the law.
Yeah.
Have the courts set up. Then you also have to have these citizens who also understand what they should do. So in this day and age where you use your cell phones and the rest of it, whatever it is, you should be able to document what is going on so that you can provide evidences in the court so that the presiding judge will be able to know, because see, the judge will not rule on emotions. The judge will rule on facts.
Yeah. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning. Thank you for the house.
Welcome.
Thank you very much. But concerning the election date, at least even the educated and not educated like me, we understand that that's why that we don't agree with Tinubu. At least you know that is the right thing to do.
You don't agree with it? Okay.
Yes. The right thing to do. Because, now that maybe you go to court, they will say you go to court, after you declare you winner, whether fraud or not, they will declare you winner, and you win to court, they still modify your election. I think that one is not acceptable. But if they should bring it down to that November, and before in 6 months, May 59, they will hand over, they will already court litigation with the round up. So at least we will welcome the development. Let's not be sentimental about that.
Okay.
Well, it's quite interesting that the last caller has started understanding the issue, even when he thinks that somebody didn't win election and another person was installed as a president. But the basic thing is, once we begin to understand that there is nobody elsewhere in the world that will help us sanitize our country and run our system, that is when we would have started building a country.
Yeah.
And but by the way, amendment to the constitution is done everywhere in the world. There is nothing wrong in doing that. Let me tell you, Citizen Jones, if the National Assembly,
America is over 200 years old.
Yes, and they have so many amendments.
They are still amending.
They will amend it tomorrow.
Fine tuning.
Yes.
And we say we are aping their type of democracy.
Yes. So we will keep amending.
We are not ready to play by the rules.
That's what the problem is. And there's also something that I need to point out now. That you and I have said that America's elections are held, when the law says it should be held, and nobody can change it.
Yeah.
That's what this amendment wants to do. So that we no longer shift dates. It will now be that on so and so you'll be prepared and you would have known.
For that matter, we won't have staggered elections.
No, we won't have staggered elections because now you know that the election is taking place on so and so day. Okay. 2, that there was this idea about mail-in votes and all. It's been quashed because it will be abused. All right.
It will be abused.
Yes. Now, but they are also tinkering with the fact that those in prisons and those who cannot move, who are immobile, can vote. That's good. But you also have to have the provisions of the law that will make sure that they are enumerated first, and then people can now go there without cheating or rigging. It's also a process. Now, also, they must understand that these human beings that will be operating this law are not angels.
Let's begin to take it home.
Okay.
Chris, in all of this, in the milieu, in all the facts we have pushed forward, I'm not begging for the listener to be persuaded by what we're saying, but when he blames INEC, the umpire, he must also blame himself, the player, because I'm watching
politician.
Football now.
Yes.
The referee is there as the
umpire.
INEC chairman.
Uh-huh.
The players are the politicians.
Yes.
If you infringe on the rule, the referee punishes.
Yes.
Red or yellow card.
Yeah.
Let the Nigerian man and woman, boy and girl, look at the input of the politician.
Yeah.
It is not helping the process.
It's not.
Because he expends money, so he must want to win by any means possible. And you cannot win by any means.
I tell you the truth. Politicians go in there as a business. It's not that they want to serve. So, and then those that have money or have access to funds are those that get into politics.
Yeah.
Not that it's not like that in all parts of the world, but you must have people who are patriotic enough to say, we want to bring in something. And I think that's the beginning of wisdom.
Yeah. Okay, we'll leave it there, but thank you for your time. Bye-bye now. Until next week.
Bye now.